Joining us now for more, Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogles. Congressman, good to see you again. You sent a letter to the Attorney General, I think back in June, warning her that Mamdani may have committed a federal crime during his naturalization process 7 years ago when he was trying to become a U.S. citizen, where he did not disclose key facts. One, that he's praised terrorists in the past, that he despises the U.S. Constitution, or that he supports the Democratic Socialists of America. Take us through this case.
Well, I mean, you can look at the forms yourself. When you go to Section 9, Question 5A, it asks, have you had any affiliation with, anti-American communist groups? And when he was naturalized in 2018, he did not put that material information on the form. It would have otherwise disqualified him from becoming a citizen. And quite frankly, the form is clear that if you conceal information, that your naturalization, your citizenship is illegally procured. And so with that, the Department of Justice could open up an investigation. We did much of the heavy lifting, like Comer did in some of his investigations. We've turned that over to the Department of Justice. They could do a review, and quite frankly, they could put his immigration status in question and ultimately deport him. And look, if he hates America that much, he can go back to Uganda. We don't need him here, quite frankly. And look, I'm some white boy that wears cowboy boots from Tennessee, and I'm offended that there's comparisons to Jackie Robinson. Come on, man, that guy was a trailblazer. His life was threatened. He was breaking norms. I mean, this is a historical figure. Mamdani is a terrorist sympathizer.
Yeah.
End of story.
TV host John Leibowitz, Jon Stewart now. Let me just ask you, would somebody accused of the same thing, not running for mayor of New York City, be deported for this?
Well, already, I mean, the DOJ are going through these types of reviews right now as they're focusing those individuals who are here that are have criminal histories, have violent histories, who have histories that are subversive to the United States. I think Mamdani is a perfect candidate, no pun intended, to be the poster child of who gets deported. If you come here with, the intent to undermine our country, you get to leave. Look, this is our country. Right. This is our Constitution. We get to decide who comes. We also get to decide who has to leave. And Mamdani should be first on that list.
Well, let me just ask you, you're not dealing with Merrick Garland anymore. You sent this letter over the summer. Why hasn't Pam Bondi given you a response yet? Or has she?
Well, not yet. And quite frankly, they've had a lot on their plate. You look just at Memphis. We've had 81 children who are missing that were rescued because of the efforts of the president and the Department of Justice, Homeland Security. So I get it. But that being said, the clock is ticking on this particular case. There are consequences. Look, New York City is the financial epicenter of our country. And quite frankly, because of its proximity, because of its international status, there's a lot of anti-terrorist quite frankly, capabilities that the city has. That'll all be at the fingertips of this anti-American communist. We can't allow that to happen. We must use every legal mechanism possible to stop this from him becoming mayor of that city.
All right, I've got 30 seconds, Congressman. Polymarket, again, this is the betting site. They were right about Donald Trump all along. They got it right in November. Mamdani has lost around almost 10 points in the last 24 hours. Now, we rarely see that with the betting market unless something cataclysmic is happening. We've got a week to go. Is there any way, in your opinion, Mamdani loses this race?
Look, quite frankly, if it were a head-to-head, I think he loses. The fact that the ticket is split three ways, odes to his favor. That being said, I'm going to do everything within my power as someone on financial services, so the banking committee and Homeland Security, to protect this country. I'm going to shout from the rooftops. We're reaching out to the DOJ to try to make sure that this case is heard before he's actually elected to the Big Apple.
All right, Andy Ogles, appreciate you being with us tonight. Great conversation. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.